We have a political stalwart, a Labour from 1965 to 2024, and a politician from Independent Party, your party, MP, a guy who's leading up front against the reforms and the Labours plus Conservative. We're going to ask him how exactly the rising sun is going to lead in the new ham and what exact future does the party hold. Mr. Jeremy Corbyn.
The Labour government is very, very unpopular at the moment because all they've done in almost 2 years in office is continued the Conservative austerity, have supplied arms to Israel which have been used to bomb Gaza, and continued with an inadequate housing programme and growing levels of inequality, and indeed are trying to take money away from the welfare budget for those with the most profound disabilities in order to spend more on armaments. They're going in the opposite direction that anyone would expect a Labour government to go in. And so what's happening in Newham, a Labour borough for as long as I can remember, and before Newham was founded, it was very much the cradle of the Labour Party, as support for Labour is just disappearing. The Newham independents represent both the traditions of Newham in the sense of a working class community trying to improve itself, but also a determination to stand up to government which is underfunding Newham like it is all the other London boroughs. And you can see the crowd we've got here today. They're doing very well. I think they're going to win.
Mr. Corbyn, now you can see reforms are actually edging up, and next to them is the Green Party. How do you see yourself, and how do you see your party leading in the upcoming elections that will shape the future of England?
Well, the parliamentary elections are some while away, so we don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. The danger in Britain is the rise of reform, of the nationalist message of reform, wrap themselves in the flag and blame every problem there is on refugees. Refugees are humans, human beings who've suffered oppression, environmental degradation, human rights abuse. They should be treated as human beings and not denigrated in the way both Reform do and the government do. Nigel Farage offers nothing other than division and hatred within our society. Groups like ours here, Newham Independents, offer community unity, and it's the same message all over the country. Your party is part and parcel of this whole independent movement, and I think you'll see us getting bigger and stronger for next year's local elections and then the parliamentary elections the year after that.
One last question. From Conservatives stopping the boats to Labour's exchanging asylum seekers on the boats, how do you see asylum seekers?
I see asylum seekers as people that need to be supported, that need a place of safety, and I'm appalled at the way in which the world's media has done basically very little about the tens of thousands of refugees that have died in the Mediterranean. And almost every day there are people dying on the channel between France and Britain. I've been to Calais. I've talked to the people there. They're from Afghanistan, they're from Iraq, they're from Syria, they're from all kinds of places. They're all desperate, but you know what? One day they're going to be our next door neighbour. One day they're going to be our doctor. One day they're going to be our teacher. That is how communities grow. And Newham has always welcomed people from all over the world who've made our country what it is. And indeed, if there hadn't been migration to Britain, we'd have no health service, we'd have no education service, we'd have no transport system. So I say thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Corbyn. You have a good one. This was Jeremy Corbyn, a strong advocate of anti-apartheid, anti-fascism, and nuclear disarmament. He has got a strong word for coming future elections. We got to see what exactly the future for the rising sun holds.